We good? Start?
I'm good. I'm
so.
waiting. All right. If Ronan's backing up, then we're good.
Yeah, I hit record before we even went past the loading screen.
Listen, don't take that tone with me, okay?
It's there. The tone has been taken. You both of you.
And welcome, everyone, to a new episode of Jupiter's CROCK here on the Outpost Unknown YouTube channel. The show where we are nearly complete with finishing our journey through HBO's Rome. We are on episode 8. I think it's called A Necessary Fiction of Season 2. I am joined once again by Plodicus himself, Steve.
Yes, I am here. We in the end game now.
Yes, and the one, the member of this show that just is so excited for this and has been loving every minute of this this wonderful HBO show is Ronan.
Well, yeah, I kind of am looking forward to it now because I have been proven. I've been thoroughly proven right my whole course through this. So this is another check in my win category, and we're almost done. So
yeah, the thing about it is Steve and I watched these like a couple weeks on you, Ronan, to be able to fill in all of the gaps that Plodicus himself might have here. So are you ready for that?
I watched this episode Wednesday and the other two yesterday, so I might remember some of it.
All right. Well, A Necessary Fiction, Plodicus, take it away.
So this episode, if I remember correctly, opens with just a montage of multiple couples banging. I'm pretty sure it's Attia and Mark Antony, even though Mark Antony is now married to Attia's daughter, and I'm pretty sure that Octavia is banging Agrippa. It's just everyone is having an affair at the beginning of this episode. Meanwhile, Octavian, also known as Caesar II, is giving a speech to a group of women, and he's talking about how men are basically mindless brutes, and it's the wives that make them into good people. And then the wives allow the men to ascend in the world in whatever field they're in. And he's talking about the need for purity and chastity and the sanctity of marriage, and he's going to outlaw adultery and various vices. He's going full Puritan as everyone around him is banging furiously in a montage. And then Octavian's like, well, I gotta do my duty. Who the fuck joined this table? Huh.
He's sitting right next to you.
It looks like we have one of the bad guys from the second Matrix movie and a Skull character.
Anyways, yeah, so Octavian gives a speech to a bunch of ladies, and he's like, well, fuck, I guess I gotta get married now. What's his friend's, like, what's Octavian's Posca's name? He's got this buddy...
Messias or something like that.
I always had him... Yeah, I always had him pegged him as his version of Anthony, because he is the snarky little bastard who's like, he has no problem just telling him, yeah, you're a creepy fuck. It's like he's that guy, but we know who you're talking about.
All right, I don't know his name. I'm just gonna call him Octavian's buddy. Octavian's buddy just like points to a woman. Is like, how about that one? And refers to her as a young piece. And
we all laugh. That's problematic.
That's very early, like mid-90s Leonardo DiCaprio's posse, shall we say, terminology. Look at that nice piece there.
So
he's like, I love how he's like, oh, well, she's guaranteed fertile. She's already got a kid, so
yes.
You're gonna have a kid with her.
And so Octavian walks up to her, and is like, how would you like to get married? And she's like, all right, sounds good, but I'm already married. And they're like, no problem, we'll just get you divorced. And everyone says, all right, and that's it. It's just the transaction has been completed.
I like this. You go up to somebody, there's some paperwork transpire, you sign the T's, you dot the I's, and boom, you're done. I like this. We need to go back to the system.
Look, leave your dude. I'm the Emperor of Rome. You're gonna have wealth and riches beyond your wildest dreams. All right, cool. No love there. Let's just do it.
Yeah, everyone's on board with it. I'm trying to think what happened. Again, like we watched this months ago. Oh, the bribe. The big thing the last couple episodes is King Herod bribed Mark Antony, and Mark Antony is forced to split that 3 ways. And so now what's going to happen with the bribe? Well, first of all, Posca, who is like happily married to Jocasta, this show hinges on Jocasta. If there is no Jocasta, there is no Rome. So it is very important that we see what happens to Jocasta. And so now Jocasta is very happily married to Posca. And now Posca is meeting with Octavian's buddy, the same one we've already referred to. And they're like, okay, we're totally going to rob Mark Antony and Octavian, right? And they're like, fuck yeah, we're going to rob Mark Antony and Octavian. We just got to do it real fucking quietly. And so now the two of them are hatching plans to. They're not going to take it all. It's just they think they deserve a cut, right? So they're going to take a cut of this. And of course, when you're dealing with bribes, you really, really want the criminals to bring their A game, and so they go to Vorenus, and they are going to have Vorenus's crime gang, the Collegium or whatever the hell this is, handle the transport. And I think Octavian.
They want his best man, Titus Pullo, to do it.
Yeah, I remember like the third fucking man. Mascius thinks that he is going to be the one to lead this, but they're like, nope. Octavian requested Titus Pullo, so Titus Pullo is going to do it. Except Titus Pullo is not going to be involved in this because Irene's dying. Gaia poisoned her, and now no. Oh, I lost this hand. Gaia poisoned Irene, and so Irene.
A bastard's wearing my hat. Sorry, go ahead.
Irene's dying. Like I trying to remember. Like,
yeah,
it's
basically
like,
she
it's like
poisoned and has stillborn kid.
Yeah, the abortion medicine that Gaia spiked her tea with. So Irene's dying, and. Thank you for joining the show, Irene. Once again, just like Jocasta, you were an integral part of the show. Rome lives and dies by the fate of Irene.
It kind of did.
Yeah,
the show.
It kind of does.
Yeah, the minute that Titus Pullo got her as a trophy for mindlessly killing people, it's like, oh well, this character sucks now.
And then marries her after
we find out I actually end up
husband.
liking the Jocasta character quite a bit. She's like the one character in this entire season that's actually like you can root for her, and she's not a complete asshole to everybody. So I like Jocasta.
That's fair. Yeah, Jocasta is
fair enough.
Jocasta has done like nothing wrong, really. Like she's having a good time doing drugs.
She does well for herself.
And then she marries Posca, and Posca treats her like a princess, and apparently she's okay with that life. So anyways, Irene's dead, and so Vorenus and Pullo.
I thought you said Irene's dead for a second.
I mean, Irene is probably dead, but Irene is dead, and Vorenus and Pullo go out to bury her, which leaves leaves Mascius. There's too many fucking people in the show. Mascius, third fucking man, is left in charge of transporting the bribe.
He's third man, Steve. You could just call him Ronin to make it easier. So.
Yeah. No comment. Anyway, so Mascius goes to transport the bribe, and he is attacked. The bribe, the 20,000 units of gold or whatever the hell it is, the 20 million space bucks has been stolen. Everyone is upset out of their motherfucking mind. Vorenus goes to tell Octavian about the theft, and it just breaks down into everyone. Oh god, this is stupid. I should not.
This is real bad for me too.
Fuck it, YOLO. I ain't afraid no ghost.
I am not gonna fuck this. Sorry.
Vorenus goes to tell Octavian that, hey, sorry man, your gold's stolen, and this whole oh shit, I got it.
Oh,
sweet.
Jeez.
This whole meeting devolves into everyone accusing everyone else of being the one to steal the money. Octavian's buddy and Posca really think the other one did it because they were planning on stealing a piece. They probably think, well, the other guy decided to just steal it all. But ultimately, the meeting ends with everyone agreeing that Vorenus will look into it, and Vorenus better fucking find the money or else. Vorenus at one point goes to Mimeo, another very important character in the show, and Mimeo is like kind of the rival crime boss with an uneasy alliance to Vorenus, and Vorenus immediately knows that Mimeo did it, but he can't prove it. But this starts a rift in the Collegium, so it's going to eventually be Vorenus versus Mimeo. Meanwhile, back with Octavian, his buddy has like changed. Originally, he thought Posca did it, but now he's changed to and say Mark Antony did it. Mark Antony clearly stole all of the skulls, and Octavian's like, no, he didn't. Ever since we reconciled for the 87th time in the previous episode, Mark Antony has been nothing but a good dude to me. He didn't steal the gold. And his buddy's like, actually, I could prove to you that Mark Antony has not been a good dude to you. Did you know he's still fucking your mom?
Oh, God. I love Octavian's like, no way. He would not disrespect me like that.
Yeah,
by the way, your best friend's fucking your
yes.
sister.
He's like it's like Antony's marriage to your sister is a sham, and I'm like, did he not know that previously?
Yeah.
Like,
I thought when they were married, it was kind of like understood. Oh yeah, this is a sham. Like this, yeah. I didn't understand the issue
I think
here.
part of this is they have gone out of their way to really try to show that even though Octavian is like always 5 steps ahead of everybody and is really great and sort of like that sort of intellectual thing, like
he's not very smart.
He doesn't understand, like he's completely blind when it comes to real practical realities of that kind of stuff. And I don't know if it's in this episode or the next episode where they actually kind of make fun of it. Like when he ends up talking to Cleopatra, and Cleopatra knows exactly he's just bullshitting, but when his friends are like, yeah, you're
I believe
not
that's
the
the last
kind of
episode.
It's like, you're not the kind of he's like, no, I'm very, very charming. He doesn't get that kind of stuff, so he was oblivious to it.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why Anthony has any power. Mark Antony is a rock stupid character. He only gets by being violent and being kind of charismatic about it, and so people like him. But otherwise, he's like, at least the portrayal in the show, he's too fucking stupid to breathe. But the crowd likes him. That's the only reason he has power. Whereas Caesar 2 is incredibly smart, but does not he doesn't have enough RAM to process how to deal with people. So
It's like he's like on the spectrum or something, I guess.
more than likely, this portrayal in a very non-insulting way is very likely on a spectrum. And so he just can't people well, and that's his downfall. That's why someone like Anthony has any chance against him, is because, well, the crowd likes me, they don't like you.
he's got almost. I'm talking about Octavian. He's got almost like a child's understanding of honor. Like he's like, Antony pinky swore a promise that this marriage was legit, and Octavian's legitimately shocked to find out that this marriage is not legit. So Octavian gathers everyone around, grabs Mark Antony, grabs Adia and Octavia and Agrippa, and just calls them all out on their affair. Agrippa just admits to it. He's like, yeah, sorry, Broheim, I fucked your sister. And
Caesar's like, see, we're cool now.
Yeah, and Caesar's like, I'm not happy, but I can't kick you out because that would indicate that some sort of scandal has happened, and I don't want that, so just return to your post. Agrippa survives with no consequences whatsoever, other than he's not allowed
Honesty is good, people. You see what happens when you're honest? People forgive you.
Yes. Agrippa suffers no consequences outside of he can no longer fuck Agrippa or fuck Octavia, and seems like this is actually going to stick because they have like a full on like breakup scene later on. But what about Mark Antony? Mark Antony is not having any of this shit. He will not be talked down to by a little boy. And Octavian says, "Look, you're gonna take your shit and you're gonna fucking go to Egypt. Remember, we divvied up Rome, and you're supposed to have Egypt in the eastern provinces. So get the fuck out, go to Egypt, do not return. Because if you stay here, I'm going to spread the rumor, which is not a rumor, it's the absolute fucking truth, that my boy Agrippa cucked you, and that is fucking damning." Like, you cannot have
your
that. Soldiers
will laugh at you, and you'll lose all respect.
He goes into a very nice little dialogue speech where he just, and you can see Anthony, Anthony again in this show, the portrayal of Anthony, he's rock stupid, but he absolutely comprehends the fact that, oh god, I have just been 100% played. I have 0 way to combat this. Fuck, and yeah,
I like that he tries to choke him out. Like, he starts choking him, and Octavian, because in last season, Octavian, he just beat the shit out of Octavian when he was a kid.
We're going to find out that Octavian kind of has a kink. So I think Octavian may have been into it a little bit.
He might have been. Yeah.
Yeah, but he starts to choke out like Caesar too, and Caesar too doesn't look panicked or anything. He just kind of gives him a smile while he's being choked, but also does threaten him. He's like, "I dare you! I dare you to try and strike me again. Do it and see what happens." And at that moment, it kind of clicks into Anthony's head, like, "Oh fuck, I've just gotten played." What happens to everyone else on this show when you go up against a Caesar? You get played. No one is smart enough to figure this out.
Yeah, so let's just quickly talk about Octavian's kink, because it's going to come up again. There's a scene, I don't remember it takes place before or after the furious Anthony choking.
Episode.
Well, there's an actual sex scene, but I think it's in this scene where they just talk about it. And Octavian's like, "Hey, young piece, did your current husband ever beat you?" And she's like, "No, I hope I never gave him a reason to beat you." And he's like, and she's like, or Octavian's like, "Well, just know on occasion I'm gonna beat you. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be upset by it. I just get off on it." And and his soon-to-be wife is like, "All right." It's just, you talk about people potentially on a spectrum. She is odd, and I don't know how to explain what she has got going on. Like in the next episode, they fuck. They get done furiously fucking, and she lays down and just goes, "I don't like eggs."
Slap.
It's just goddamn.
She starts slapping him in the middle of it.
Yeah,
and then she just is like, "Oh, I don't like birds."
Yeah, I don't like eggs. Let's not serve eggs anymore. It's just, what the fuck? Anyways,
the
that
relationship, very straight. There's not enough development with what she's doing here. It's
this is the thing that suffers from not having 12 more seasons to fully flesh out. Like they don't have a relationship; they have a transaction, and they both are very well aware. Like, she's kind of the perfect match for him. It's she's like, "Okay, yeah, I'm totally fine with this being a totally transactional thing. All of my life needs are going to be taken care of. I'll get some occasional dicking when I need it. I'll never want for money again, and I'm kind of into all of your scheming and stuff. This is great. This is their whole thing is a transaction. She is the perfect match for him.
Just know that on occasion I may beat you." And all right, cool.
And I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not kink shaming.
But Ronan's not saying it's wrong either.
But he let her know about it up front, and she was like, "Okay, I consent." It's like, all right.
But remember, she has no. What is she going to say? "No, you can't do that. I'm not marrying you now." What would happen to her at that point? She's kind of in a position where she's not really allowed to say no at this point.
We don't know how much she's really into this because the show never fleshes.
No, I got the impression that, one, she doesn't actually have a choice, but two, she's also okay with not having a choice, and she is actually into it. That was my takeaway. She's only in the show on screen for maybe 10 minutes out of the entire series, so we don't have much to go on. Yeah. But that was my limited takeaway.
Her initial reaction when he asks her, "Hey, did your previous husband ever beat her?" She was like, "Absolutely not." Why would I want to be beaten? I wouldn't want that. And then he's just like, well, I'm going to do it. And then she's like, all right. So it feels like, in that moment for me, her initial reaction is like, why would I want to be beaten? That's dumb. No one wants to be beaten by their husband. And then when she realizes the guy is just like, but I'm going to do it to you. And it's just because it gives me a boner. She's like, well, okay. But what can she say no at that point? Like,
I don't know.
What would he do if she says no? I'm not down with your beaten boners.
Yeah. The show, this is a relationship, like this is the one instance of something that's like, okay, well, maybe had this show gone on, or maybe had this happened earlier in this dog shit season, this could have been explored, and this might have been something interesting for us, the viewer. It comes in way too fucking late into the series, comes right the fuck out of nowhere, and is never fucking explored. This could have been something at least interesting for us, the viewers, to latch onto, because look, we've side railed the entire conversation to go into a 30-second scene. We could have had something here, but it goes nowhere outside of a random slap and a sex scene.
I don't like eggs.
That continues, Steve.
All right, so
these days.
Yeah, so that wraps up kind of Octavian and I don't know the important political people. Octavian tells Agrippa to basically resume your post. I'm not happy
do
with
I do
you.
This?
Yeah, do it. You want to do it?
It.
Get the monopoly, man.
I think you need a top hat, Matt.
Agrippa suffers no consequences. Adia and Octavia are basically put under house arrest, and Mark Antony is going to be sent to Egypt because he can't have all of Rome knowing that he wears cuckold's horns, or whatever the fuck Octavian said. Later on, Mark Antony does have a final scene with Adia where they're forced apart, and they leave with the understanding that one day, somehow, some way, Mark Antony is going to arrange to have Atia. Oh, look at this bullshit. Is going to find a way to have Adia join Mark Antony in Egypt. What is happening? 6-2?
No.
What?
I'm not going to win here.
6-6? Okay.
I need an 8. I need an 8.
Yeah, does anyone even have a good hand?
Yeah,
he got the better 2 pair. Damn it!
So now that we can get back. All right, now that was over, I just got breaking news for you, Steve. I've looked at a little history here. Anthony, in fact, does not do this. This is, in fact, a lie. This is shocking development, I know.
Weird that Mark Antony doesn't keep his word to Adia for the 95th time. But yeah, they split up. Anthony's off to Egypt, but he doesn't. Anthony's not going to Egypt alone, so who goes with him? Vorenus goes with him because he has once again fucked up his relationship with his kids. So he and Pullo are hanging out. Pullo is distraught because Irene is dead, and then they decide, Mascius had to be involved in the theft. We understand Mimio probably did it, but Mascius was involved. And then just, coincidentally, they decided to beat the shit out of him where he's lying on his deathbed in the other room. So they go and they interrogate Mascius, and they're like, look, we know you're involved with this. Tell the truth or we're going to kill you. And while this is going on, Vorenus's 2 youngest kids, or I guess his youngest kid and Niobe's youngest kid, they are... I need to get out of this handle so I can talk. They are just running around chasing each other. And Vorenus is like, kids, we are in an important crime boss interrogation in here. Stop it. Just fucking stop.
We are about to murder this man.
Yes.
Go play in the other room.
Important murder business that you were getting involved in, and I am not happy about it. Get the fuck out. It's Apollo is about to kill Mascius. And then Vorenus has an epiphany. He sees that Lucius, who is Niobe's affair baby, is running around with a little doll. I don't know what this is. It looks like it's like a wicker doll of some sort.
Like a straw wicker doll of some sort, yeah.
Yeah, and so he remembers that doll, and then he remembers earlier on when he went to confront Mimio, one of Mimio's guys was playing with the same kind of doll, and so he figures it out. He tells Pullo, don't kill Mascius. He calls Lucius in and asks, where'd you get this doll? And Lucius points him towards the oldest daughter, Verena the Elder, I think is her name, and the affair that she is having with one of Mimio's men is exposed. And Vorenus figures out that she is the one that told Mimio about the shipment. She is the one that caused all of this. Mascius is innocent. And he proceeds to like hit her and choke her out. So their relationship is fully fucking dead now. So Vorenus goes to Antony and says, look, Pullo's going to be in charge of the bribe recovery. Let me take you to Egypt because I can't stay here anymore. And Mark Antony, for the 114th time this series, hates Vorenus, but gives in to whatever the fuck he wants anyway. And so now Vorenus is going
He's
to...
a good man.
He's
he needs good men.
As long as he doesn't turn to drink. You stoic types often do that. So Vorenus is now going to go to Egypt with Mark Antony. Pullo is left to run the Collegium and apparently raise Vorenus' kids now. He is meeting with Mimio to retrieve the gold, and they are prepared for war. But Mimio says, Vorenus is gone. This could be a new beginning for us. Let's shake hands. So they shake hands, and then Pullo headbutts him, grabs him by the mouth, and bites his tongue out, and then starts yelling 13. Is the only person I know for sure that is still part of the 13 that's in this crime group is Mascius. So I don't know. Is that just his rallying cry?
I think so, because he throughout the whole show, he's like, I want to be back I want to be a soldier, and he's just like, I'm one of the 13, and that gives him respect and honor, and it's his battle cry.
All right, well, he yells 13. Pullo's forces fight Mimio, and we'll find out next episode they win. Meanwhile, Antony,
because we don't get to see it.
We don't get to see it. Man, speaking of battles we don't get to see, that final fucking episode. Anyways, Pullo's going to win. Meanwhile, Antony and Vorenus arrive in Egypt and meet Cleopatra, and that is where this episode ends. Did I miss anything?
No, I think you kind of undersold the whole thing that happened between Titus, between Pullo and Mimio, because there is a whole rounding up your troops for war montage just before that. So we think we're going to get some kind of big gangs of New York style brawl, because this happens you see all the the civilians out in the street, they run away once they realize that there's about to be a huge gang war in the streets. Because this happens right in front of the what the fuck is the name of that place? The
Collegium. The Mimio rallies the other crime bosses because they don't want to go against Pullo at first, but then he's like, no, man, we get all the grain, and we get all that, we can take him down, and that's how this whole thing gets.
And then it helps. He has the chest of gold and starts throwing gold coins.
He opens up the gold and he's like, fine. If you guys fight against me, here's all the space dollars, all the space bucks. He's guys,
I did steal the money. Ha ha ha! Twirling the mustache.
You guys will get a couple of handfuls of space bucks, all the space bucks, so many space bucks, and so so they have overwhelming numbers. It's but somehow, through means that we won't see, somehow Palpatine came back. I'm sorry. I mean, somehow Pullo wins, and we're
power of 13, the rallying cry. My question about this whole thing is clearly everyone knows that this belongs to the state. Caesar to Mark Antony, all of these super powerful people. How are these crime bosses going to hide the fact that they are showering gold all over the Collegium without these super powerful people realizing, the crime bosses get it, take all the soldiers in there and just fucking murder them and get our money back? I think it seems like a strange play.
I don't know how, because this, obviously this is a faux history show, but this scenario is completely fabricated, so I don't know how the laws and everything would have actually worked in this situation. But I believe the reason why the Romans can't just swoop in there and just kill all of these criminals and take the shit back, or at least like why they don't want to, is because this is a secret bribe, and like they don't like you can't just publicly announce, oh well, this was money given to Arch Anthony through a bribe for the King of the Jews, so like. And like it really, this is just three Romans trying to divide a bribe amongst each other, and it was stolen by criminals. I don't know.
I think that has merit, because there's a scene earlier on where when they're organizing the transport and they agree, we're going to use Vorenus and Pullo. Octavian tells his buddy, it's like, this must all be invisible, and in the event the bribe does come out, the fault must fall entirely on Anthony. So that makes sense. If they go into to the crime boss area and take the money back, then there would be questions of where'd that money come from?
Yeah.
Where'd that money come from?
My question is, who's going to question any of that? Because there's no news media. It's one dude out in the forum saying, "This is what's going on, everybody."
Apparently, in ancient Rome, the power of gossip is incredible. It would slip out. Oh, did you hear about this? I heard it was. I heard it was this. Which is actually kind of potent even today. You have people just making shit up and spreading it amongst the streets by our modern term streets being Twitter and Facebook.
What we've learned from the real world today is that the law only applies if everyone agrees the law applies. So they could just fuck some shit up if they wanted to.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I like this episode, guys. I thought this was a fun episode.
This was not as bad as the last three that we watched.
Yeah. I liked all the interplay. I like the sort of Mark Antony getting kind of his comeuppance in a way. Now, I don't think I like sort of just the extreme time jump we're going to get in the next two episodes as to what happens to Mark Antony and all of that. But I thought this was an engaging episode. I liked the relationships breaking down. I liked that it's ending this section of the show. And they're like, we have to wrap up the final thing in the next two episodes regardless. And I thought it was a good conclusion for most of the characters involved in this.
Yeah, we have to squeeze in what should have been its own full season into 2 episodes. Fuck.
Yes. What do you think, Steve?
It's fine. I've lost all interest at this point. There's nothing wrong with this episode. I think I just have nothing to say. Like I just wanted it to end by this point. So I feel like by the point I got to this episode,
you can't steal my material, Steve. I've been wanting this to end. You can't steal my thing.
I'm stealing Ronan's material. By the time I got to this episode, I was so far into Jesus fucking Christ. Get this out. Get this off my plate. I don't want to watch this anymore. That the fact that this is actually a pretty decent episode, I didn't care. It's like one good episode in a sea of dog shit episodes. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I got 2 more episodes.
Is there any character in this at all that you're still like, I'm interested to see what happens over the next
I'm still 100% on board with Octavian. It's just Pullo, Vorenus, they don't need to be part of this anymore. I don't care about the Collegium. I don't care about Irene. I don't care about Gaia. I don't care about Vorenus' kids. You're telling me that they really couldn't find another reason other than this bribe to send Mark Antony to Egypt? Like this, there's like a half this episode is dedicated to a subplot that just exists to get Mark Antony out. You could have just kicked him out. Could have just been like, Mark Antony's like, you know what, we divvied up Rome. It's time for me to go get my own empire, and then he leaves. There's just too much time is spent with characters that should have been wrapped up last season. Speaking of characters that should have been wrapped up last season, I forgot we get our last appearance of Timon. I thought he left at the end of episode 6, but he did not, or in episode 7, but he didn't. Just randomly in the first 10 minutes of this episode, there's a scene of Timon and his family leaving Rome, and that's it. Now Timon's gone. Who fucking cares?
It served
Who
no
fucking
purpose.
cares?
That was a minute and a half that could have been used to further explore Octavian's sex life, and we didn't get it. Fuck this show.
And we're running your overall thoughts.
I agree with you. This was actually not a terrible episode, but also I have to agree with Steve in that this kind of sort of okay episode does not make everything else better.
Oh, the dude one was 7-2. Oh, it's not offsuit. Okay.
Yeah. Don't get excited.
No, but he had the right idea. I give him props, but it wasn't the offsuit. But yeah, no, it's like so. Yeah, this was a better episode than what we had. This kind of made me a little bit optimistic. Okay, well, maybe these last 3 episodes won't be completely horrible because, like well, let me phrase it. The next 3 won't be completely horrible because the last 3 were just fucking wretched.
Yeah, I think next episode, and we'll get to you'll hear my full thoughts in 2 weeks. I think next episode was one where I was kind of like, okay, like I want to see where this is going, and then I got to the beginning of episode 10, and I was like, are you fucking shitting me? That's what we.
We're about to. I think I mentioned
it's
earlier.
A tease, folks. Hit that like and subscribe for a few weeks. You'll hear Steve's thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know how many episodes ago it was I mentioned, but I mentioned like, yeah, we're just about the point where this show goes into warp speed, and we are now at the point where this show is going into ludicrous speed.
Wakanda plaid.
Yeah, like the skin is peeling off of my face as I was watching the next 2 episodes. My chair suddenly got pulled back, and my fat man cheeks were being pulled to the back of my skull. So this is at the very least the last. This isn't too awful episode.
Yeah, it's an okay episode.
In a sea of shit, but that does not make much like how one cool train heist didn't suddenly make the Book of Boba Fett a good show. This one kind of okay episode,
awesome.
This one kind of okay episode does not redeem everything else that happened in this show.
Okay, fair. If you guys are still listening to us go through Rome, well, stay tuned because we got 2 more episodes of this series to get to. Let's just end it there. We'll see ya in a couple weeks, folks, with episode 9. Goodbye.